Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome to Chapter 12. As usual, let's go through the base first. This is actually the first chapter where you can get a new character through the info conversations. Meet Soth. Soth, like Volk, is a thief. However, as you go through the game, and let's say you use both characters, you'll find out that Soth isn't as good as Volk is. Not only that, but Soth, unlike Volk, as I stated in an earlier episode, Soth cannot promote. So once he reaches level 20, he's done. He can't raise any more levels. All he can be used for is his main function as a thief, to steal and to open chests. While Volk, on the other hand, he can actually promote once you get to a specific chapter. And therefore, that makes Volk a lot more useful than Soth. So if you want a thief, really, I recommend Volk, just because he can actually do something in the future. But I guess if you use Soth, his stats aren't too bad. I mean, for a level 20 thief, like, his stats are what you'd expect from a thief, so I guess he's okay in that aspect, but really, there is really no need for him. His one use that I've found in this game, playing through multiple times, is that you want to take the knife that Soth currently has in his possession, because rarely do you find knives on sale in the convoy shop. So you want to take advantage of that as much as possible. So now I'm just showing a few more info conversations. Basically the ones using the characters that I'm actually planning on using. Which means I'm not going to show Ileana's conversation because, well, don't really need to, since I don't plan to use her, and besides, all that conversation really does is to make fun of her because she barely eats and she gets seasick very easily. That's really all the conversation is, so no need to really learn about that. What we learn from these conversations, though, is that Zahark is actually a very big Laguz activist. He really appreciates and loves Laguz for some reason, but I'm sure there's a story behind that. And we also learn from Volk that he hates large groups, and we have to pay him if he wants to eat with us. And also, I'm pretty sure that some of you people have been wondering about that. All of Volk's payments, since he seems to ask you for gold whenever you want him to do anything, however, your actual gold doesn't really deplete. What really happens is later on in the game, something happens where you get a lot of gold, and then you just give that gold to Volk. So it's not like you lose gold every time you use them. It just means that later on in the game, there'll be enough gold to pay him for everything. So yeah, I'm taking the knife that Soth has, giving it to Volk. And you're probably wondering why Volk has those 2 lances. Well, I'm actually just keeping them so he can hold on to them. And then when a time comes in this next chapter, he's actually going to give those lances to another character. So yeah, I kind of planned ahead in that aspect. So, it seems that there are ravens from Kilvas in the sky. Ravens are rumored to be pirates of the sky. They try to steal stuff, and they just try to cause trouble when they don't need to. Unfortunately, we very ironically, we hit a reef, so we're stuck on the ship, meaning that we can't outrun the birds. They actually are going to attack us now. Should have saw this coming. I really should have. Over there we have the boss, which is named Seeker. I find that Laguz people have very interesting names. Especially in Radiant Dawn, there's 2 Laguz bosses fairly early in the game. And they actually have some creative names. I believe it's, one of them's Pain. I'm trying to think of the other one. It's Agony. Pain and Agony. And then there's the Seeker for this chapter. And there's several other Laguz bosses in the other games, so you get to see all of them. Okay, for this chapter, I am finally going to do what several people have been waiting for me to do. I am taking Titania out of my party, finally. There have been a couple of people who keep asking me, why is Titania still in your party? Well, really, I only kept her in my party because, well, I had enough room for one more soldier, and I wasn't actually trying to get kills with her or anything, just to use her as to weaken units. Now, I'm also going to have to get rid of Braum. Oh, not Braum. I have to get rid of Boyd, so I can use another character in this chapter. I figured I'll just go ahead and get rid of Boyd, and then use him in the next chapter when his upgraded class would be more helpful. So, at the beginning of the next chapter, I am going to promote Boyd, finally. He's getting close. He only has, like, 20 or 30 experience points left before he promotes, so I think I'll just go ahead and use the BXP on him. I'm probably going to use the Master Seal once Oscar gets to level 20. Just so I can, you know, get him to the next level immediately without having him go through that extra level at level 20 to get to 21 for him to promote. There isn't really any disadvantage to doing it when he's at level 20 because, well, he's already gained all the stats he can, so he'll still gain all the promoted stat increasements when he promotes. So, I think it's time we get ready to get started on this chapter. As I stated in my channel comments, this chapter is actually pretty short. This is only going to take me about 3 videos, and the majority of these videos is really just cutscene and dialogue, so this will not take me very long at all. There are only a max of about 10, maybe 11 enemies. And really, I mean, it's not like they appear on the ship or anything. They actually appear off the ship, and they have to fly over to the ship in order to actually start fighting, so really this isn't a very hard chapter at all. All you gotta do is just wait for the enemy to attack you, and then surround them with your toughest units and take them out. Now, for this chapter, I'm going to focus on trying to level up Sahar, Nephany, Rolf, and to an extent, Kieran. And there's also going to be another character that appears during this chapter that I'm also going to focus on, because that specific character is going to have a hard time leveling up in the next few chapters due to the weapon type of the various enemies throughout the chapter. Unfortunately, I got lucky in the first turn, but that's just the first turn. Hopefully things will improve in the second turn. But for right now, I have to end the video because my time limit is up. See you in the next video. Also, I guess I should mention really quickly that there are going to be 3 videos today. And basically, I'm only going to do this chapter for today. Like, I'm not going to have part of the chapter today and then the other part tomorrow. I'm doing the whole chapter today. And then tomorrow, I'm going to have a Super Mario World episode, and then I'll have another Super Mario World on the day after tomorrow. So, I'll have 2 Super Mario World episodes in a row, and then I'll get back to Path of Radiance, and then I'll do the part of the chapter one day, and then part of another chapter the next day. I'm just doing this because this chapter is very short, and wouldn't take me too many videos to get it finished. But that's about it. I'll leave you to wait for the next video. Until then, this is SlimKirby. See you guys later.